Welcome to Rewatch. We are on season 4, episode 12 of Dave Filoni's Clone Wars. This one's called Slaves of the Republic. Continuing the other story, they go to Zygeria, where Anakin poses as a slaveholder. Ahsoka is the slave. And now Obi-Wan is going incognito to kind of find the colony and break them out. Now, watching this the first time I was like, wait, how have I seen this episode again? I said, I've seen this episode. And I kept getting so confused. And that's because a year earlier, I believe, the Clone Wars story of this adventure happened. George read the comic books and he thought, wow, what a great story. Where Anakin, smoozes over the queen there, and she falls in love with Anakin. And of course, later on, they find out that she and Obi-Wan and Ahsoka are all Jedi, and she captures them, but doesn't want to kill Anakin, wants to make her slave. And but watching this was like, wait a minute. I remember the first time I was going, I've seen this episode somehow, and then realized it was from a comic book. When I got the behind the scenes DVD, that's when you find out that Dave Filoni not Dave Filoni, excuse me. He never read anything in his life, but George Lucas read the comic books and said, wow, what a great story. We've got to make an episode out of this. And Filoni, he did not want to mix with C canon because the comic books of the Clone Wars, they weren't T canon either. And so he didn't want to belittle himself to C canon. But since the almighty George did it, he begrudgingly made the episodes, but he changed the alien species because he had to make it his own story. But it's ripped off from the comic book series. Either way, though, it's a fine episode. There's one glaring problem. One of the slavers, when they capture Obi-Wan, recognize that he is a Jedi because they've seen him in the holovids. But yet Anakin, again, still not in disguise, just wearing a helmet, which he takes off a lot. They recognize Obi-Wan. They know Obi-Wan, but they don't know who Anakin Skywalker is. And why not the almighty Ahsoka? Why don't we know the almighty Ahsoka? Oh my goodness. They should be ashamed. They should all kill themselves, the whole planet, because they don't know who Ahsoka is, savior of the Republic. But anyway, that was kind of weird. Why recognize who Obi-Wan is? And no one, like I said, again, they could have painted his hair purple, given him a beard, something to change him up, but they didn't. And again, if Obi-Wan can get noticed, why not Anakin? That's the big question I have. Now, he does try to force choke the queen into giving what he wants. That's a little, foreshadowing of what he would be. He would be Darth Vader. And of course, she wants to keep a hold of him. And we stop there, hard cut, to be continued. However, overall, it's fine. The comic book was really good. Dave Filoni's version of it, Dave Filoni presents C canon, that's what it was, is fine, but the changes that he put in, and again, I need to check and see if the comic book made that faux pas too. Was Anakin not noticing Obi-Wan was? I really don't remember that much of the comic book. Perhaps, I know a lot of people said I should have read the comic books and watched the series at the same time. Now I see you're right, especially on this one, you're probably right, because I don't remember the comic book as well. But anyway, let me know in the comments below, what did you think? Episode 12, Slaves of the Republic, and I'll see you next time on Rewatch.